press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students, we have been discussing about the chapter motion and time, and in our previous classes we have learned what exactly is motion. So motion is nothing but some movement. Okay, so the basic meaning is movement. So where there is something, if something is in motion, we'll say it is like moving, right? So motion is nothing but moving. So on a particular definition for this is it's a change in a position with time. Okay, so that is what motion means, and we have learned many types of motion. Okay, there is this rectilinear motion, circular motion, rotational motion, random motion. Okay, so these are some of the main basic types of motion, and we have discussed a few of these examples for different types of motion. And also we have discussed about like on what basis do we say something is moving fast or if it is slow, right? So basically we say if something is moving fast or slow by determining the distance traveled with time. Okay, so knowing the distance traveled in how much time, okay, how the object or which object has traveled more distance in a particular time. Okay, so that's how we determine whether if it's fast or slow motion. So that is nothing but speed. Okay, so speed is the distance traveled with a particular period in time. Okay, so that is what speed means. And while studying speed, we have again studied two other types of motions, that is uniform motion and non-uniform motion. So uniform motion is the one in which an object travels at a constant speed. Okay, and non-uniform motion is the one in which the object travels with unequal distances. Okay, so the distance covering is unequal and in an equal period of time. So that is a non-uniform motion. Okay, so yes, determining the distance and time, we can determine the speed of an object. Okay, so all these we have been studied in the previous classes, and in today's class let us study how this distance and time can be graphically represented. Okay, so let us discuss about the graphical representation of motion. Okay, so what exactly is, what do you mean by this graphical representation, or what are graphs? If we are having some data, if we are having some information, when we express in a pictorial form, okay, in a picture form, so that is what we call graphs. Okay, so graphs are nothing but when we something represent in a pictorial form, that is in a picture form. Okay, so that is graph. Okay. Okay, so now let me give an example. Okay, if I ask you, okay, if there are some 100 students and I'll ask you which is your favorite fruit. Okay, everyone will have their own choices. Okay, 100 students will have 100 different types of likes, right? So when I ask, I cannot determine each and everyone's favorite type of fruit, right? So what I do is I'll take the most likes, right? So when I ask which is your favorite fruit, and if you say apple, if you will say mango, if you will say banana, orange, like that. So what I do is I represent them in a form where we can clearly see how many students exactly like the particular fruit. Okay, so I'll represent that in a graphical form now. Okay, see, when I'm asking for example a favorite type of fruit, just assume around some 50 students like apple. Okay, some 50 students like apple and around 40 like mango, and around 30 students like grapes, and around some 20 students like oranges. Okay, just an example so that you'll know how to express in graphical form. Okay, here we have these number of students, and these many students like the fruit apple. Okay, so these many students like the fruit mango. So this is what we have this data. Okay, this is the information what we have, this is what the data what we have, and to represent this in a graphical form, okay, we need to represent this in a graphical form. So what do we do is, yes, this is the origin, and here we have an x-axis, this is the y-axis. Okay, so what we do is, while representing in a graphical form, we'll represent the variables. Okay, here the variables are number of students and the types of fruit, right? So that what we'll express. Here we'll take fruits, and here we'll take number of students. Okay, let me say some 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Okay, so here in y-axis we have taken number of students. Okay, and yes, fruits, yes, we'll take apple, mango, grapes and orange. Okay, now we need to represent this. So see here, how many students likes apple? Around 50 students, right? So here we have number of students, and here we have the fruit. Okay, we just need to represent it. So it is that it is very clear. By seeing this itself, we can say know how many number of students or what number of students will like what fruit. Okay, so here is the 50, you just need to mark here, and here is the apple. Okay, so this is the point. Okay, and yes, 40 students like mango, so here we have got this 40, and yes, this is our mango fruit, just plot this. And yes, 30 students likes grape. Okay, some 20 like oranges. Okay, so this is a graphical representation of the data what we have. Just an example so that you know how to represent in a graphical form. Okay, and yes, there are different types of graphs, we'll study it later. Yes, for now this is what we that's how we represent. Okay, so we'll whatever data we'll have, not only about this. Okay, so whatever, even a car covering some distance at particular time, so we'll take time in x-axis and distance in y-axis. So we'll just plot. Okay, we'll just take a pattern, we'll just plot the points. Okay, where exactly at what time the car has covered what distance. Okay, so that's how we'll draw these graphs. Okay. Let me tell you the car example now, so that you will understand exactly about the distance and time. Okay, got it, right? This is about the graph. Now we'll take an example of car. Okay, so this is car. Okay, just assume as this car, and yes, here is the starting point of this car. Okay, so this is the starting point, exactly this. Yes. Okay, so now the car is in rest position, and soon after we start the car, gradually with time we'll move on, we'll move and the car will be in motion. Okay, so after some time, okay, the car moves, right? And yes, this is this. Okay, so this is the starting point, and yes, the car has stopped here again. So gradually with time the car has moved. Okay, so here at a particular point, I'll take some 2 points A and B. Okay, it's not like the car has stopped there. Okay, the car is moving. I'm just taking these 2 points for a particular time. Okay, for a particular instant of time, I'm taking these 2 points. Okay, now here, to reach the point A, okay, this car, okay, listen carefully. So when the car has started to move, Okay, it has reached some certain point. Okay, let us take that point as A. Okay, and while it has reached the point A, it covers a distance of 1 kilometer. Okay, and the time it takes is say around 10 minutes. Okay, and again to reach from A to the next position B, it has covered some 2 kilometers, say it around some 20 minutes. I'm just taking some random values. Okay, and again to reach from the point B to the end of the journey, it takes again around say 1 kilometer only in some 5 minutes. Okay, just assume example. Okay, here the car has started to move, it reaches a certain point, let us take that point as A, and it has covered a distance of 1 kilometer in 10 minutes time. Okay, and to reach point B, from A to B, it has taken 2 kilometers, they covered 2 kilometer distance, and with a time that is 20 minutes. And again to reach the end of the journey, it has taken, like from B to the end, the distance covered is 1 kilometer and the time taken is some 5 minutes. Okay, now we have got this information. Okay, this is the data what we have, and now we need to express this in a graphical form. Okay, so how do we do that? So let us draw a graph. Okay, so let us, this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. We'll take time here, okay, and distance in y-axis. This is the origin. Okay, so what are the distance we have got? 1 to 1 kilometers. Okay, let us take this 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer and 3 kilometer. Okay, so depending on the values what we have, we need to put the values. We have just here 1 and 2 kilometers. Okay, so taking values 3 or 4 is enough, because we have just this 1-2 kilometers. Not exactly. This is the car here. I'll just write it. Okay, so here actually take a few values. Okay. Yes. Now just see. At 10 minutes, okay, let us represent the timing here. Okay, let us take some 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, the time we have taken is in minutes. We need to mention the unit we have taken and distance we have taken in the kilometer form. Okay, so this is the data what we have. Now we just need to plot the points wherever we have the exact data, right? So to reach a point A, the distance covered is 1 kilometer and the time taken is 10 minutes. Okay, to cover a distance of 1 kilometer, time taken is 10 minutes. Yes, so this is the point. Okay, 1 kilometer and at 10 minutes time. Okay, so this is the first point. Okay, and now what we'll do is we cannot mark like again 2 kilometers around again what 20 minutes. No. Okay, we are taking about the whole traveling point. Okay, we are taking the values of the whole motion. So yes, the car when it has reached point A, we have taken 1 kilometer and some 10 minutes. Okay, but again to take the next point, we need to calculate it from the beginning. Okay, the car to reach the second point, that is point B, it has taken 2 kilometer plus 1 kilometer. Okay, so that's how we need to calculate. We cannot just write 2 kilometer at 20 minutes and again take 1 kilometer 5 minutes. No, it's not about the particular time. So we are taking about the whole motion, like the whole traveling thing. So we need to calculate again from the beginning to the next point. Again from the starting to the end. So that's how we'll get a whole graph. Okay, now the car, okay, to reach the second point, that is point B, it has taken covered 2 kilometers plus 1 kilometer. Okay, this is okay about the point 1. Yes, now this is about the point 2. Okay, so that the distance covered is 2 kilometer plus 1, that is 3 kilometer, and again the timing is 20 minutes plus 10 minutes. Got it? Okay, so 3 kilometers at 30 minutes. So yes, 3 kilometers at Okay, so 3 kilometers at some 30 minutes. So here we'll get this point. Okay, so again next. So this is the point here, again car to the end. So whole again the total distance covered is 1 kilometer plus 2 kilometer plus 1 kilometer. That will be 4 kilometer. Again the timing is some 35 minutes. Got it? So while taking the points, like while plotting the points in a graph, just take a bit more so that you can later on easy to continue. Right. So what we have got to reach the end of the destination, the car has covered 1 kilometer plus 2 kilometer plus 1 kilometer. That would be 4 kilometer overall. And again the timing would be 10 minutes plus 20 minutes plus 5 minutes. Okay, and here this is the 4 kilometer. Yes. And 35 minutes. So here we will get the point. Right. So this is the points we have got using the data what we have. Okay. So using this information, using this data, we have represented it in a graph form. So just join all these points again here. Yes. Okay. So this is the graph what we have got. Okay, so using this data we have drawn points and this is what the graph we have got. Okay, so graphs are nothing but pictorial representation of the data. Okay, so whatever data we have, whatever data we have, we represented it in a form of graph, that is nothing but pictorial form. Okay, seeing this you can say, okay, seeing this point at 10 minutes the distance covered is 1 kilometer, and again at some 30 minutes the overall distance covered is 3 kilometers, and again at 35 minutes the distance covered is 4 kilometers, right? So that is the data exact what we have got, right? So this is how we need to represent it using the graphs. Yes. Now let us see some of the types of graphs. So what exactly is graph? Graphs are nothing but a diagram that shows, that represents the variable quantities, okay, in a pictorial form. Okay, that is what graph means. Now let us see the types. Okay, so in the earlier examples what we have studied, that is that fruit example, we have drawn the graphs like this, right? So this is the bar graph. Okay, and there is one more graph. This is the pie chart. Okay, whatever data we have, we'll represent it like this. Okay, okay, so like we'll mark. Okay, so whatever we have, okay, so these many students have eaten these many fruits, or these many students like this part. A part of this pie chart represents, how many, for example, how many students like a particular fruit. Okay, if in reference to that example I'm saying, okay, a particular part represents something, okay, the data. And yes, this is some line graph. Okay, so these are some of the basic types of graphs. We have got a bar graph, we'll have pie chart, and also line graph. This line graph we have just seen in our previous car example, right? The distance and time. Okay, so that is a line graph. Now let us draw graphs for the same example so that you will have a clear picture of this. Okay. So yes, we'll take the same example. Okay. So here we have got the bar graph. Here is the apple, mango. I'm taking the same example. Okay. The grapes and oranges. So the number of students here we have taken. So these are the fruits. This is the x-axis and y-axis. Okay. So number of students is 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Okay. So 50 of the students like A. 40 students like this mango, 30 students like grapes, 20 students like oranges. So we are clear about this. Okay. So this is the bar graph. Okay. Let me represent the same in this pie chart. Okay. So this is the pie chart. While taking this, yes, 50 of the students like 50 students like this apple, 40 students or 30, yes, 40 students like mango. Okay. So this 20 students like grapes and or 30 students like grapes and oranges, something like this. Okay. That is how we'll draw about this pie chart. And with this line graph, it's almost similar to the bar graph, but we don't draw the bars. Instead we'll take the lines. Okay. Again we'll have this apple, mango, grapes and oranges. Okay. Number of students 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. So this is the y-axis again. This is the x-axis. This is the origin. Here we have got the fruits and this is the number of students. Okay. Here this number of students likes apple are, we just point. Okay. And again next mango, yes, 40 students. Next grapes 30 and orange 20. Okay. So after pointing or after plotting the exact points, we just need to join this. Okay. Here we have got lines. Okay, we'll get lines here, that is nothing but line graph. Here we have bars. Okay, so this is the bar graph. Clear? It's the same example what I have taken, to show a different same example, the same thing in different graphs. Okay, in different graphical forms. Okay, this is the bar graph. This is the pie chart, and with the same example we have taken the line graph. Okay, so this is about the graphs. And we usually point distance and time travel in line graphs. Okay, so let us study, or let us know how to draw this graph. Here we have time and distance. Okay, so particular data will be having. Okay, at particular time the distance traveled is this much. Okay, at this much time will the car or some vehicle covers this much distance. Okay, we'll be having that data. In the same way what we have done before, we just need to represent it in a graphical form. Okay, we'll see one more example. Okay, in 5 minutes, this time is represented in the seconds and distance is represented in kilometers. Okay, so for example, in 5 minutes time, the distance covered is 2 kilometers. Alright, and in some 10 minutes, the distance covered is 4 kilometers. And in 15-20 minutes, the distance covered is 8 kilometers, and in 30 minutes the distance covered is 12 kilometers. So this is the data what we have. 5 minutes we have covered 2 kilometers, and in 10 minutes the car has covered 4 kilometers, and in 20 minutes the car has covered 8 kilometers, and in 30 minutes it has completed 12 kilometers. So for this data, for this information what we have got, we need to plot the graph. Okay. This is this y-axis. In the x-axis we'll get this time, we'll take time, and in y-axis we'll take distance with mentioning the unit. Okay, distance we have taken kilometer and time is in seconds. Okay, we'll write second as just as S. Okay, now, so what are the time values? 5, 10, 20, 30. Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Okay, and here in distance 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, see, while we are writing the values, we cannot just write 5, 10 and take 20 and 30 times what we have done. 5, 10, 20, 30 and finish. No. So what the interval will take, okay, the same interval we need to maintain within the overall graph. Okay, so not like 5, 10, 20, some 4 values are given and only those 4 values will write. No. So whatever there is the gap, okay, here we have taken a 5 seconds gap, right, between like interval, time interval is 5 seconds. Again we need to continue the same interval, again 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds. Okay, that's all. See, here also we cannot just take 2, 4, 8, 12. No, again we need to take the gap, the distance, okay, the values should be same. Okay, the time gap or the distance gap, okay, the unit to be precise, the unit what we are having here should be same. Okay, here we have left 2 units, again the same should be repeated, again the 2 units, 2 units, 2 units, 2 units. Here also we have a gap of 5 units. Okay, again it should be continued, it should be maintained. Okay, so in 5 seconds the distance traveled is 22 kilometers. 5 seconds, here we will get the point. Okay, and in 10 seconds 4 kilometers. Right, again in 20 minutes 8 kilometers. 30 minutes, yes, 12 kilometers. Okay, using this data we have plotted the graph. Okay, we just need to join these lines. So this is the line graph. Okay, clear, right? So this is the line graph what we have got. Okay, so usually distance and time travel we'll plot it in a line graph diagrams. Okay, so the graphs are nothing but, so whatever data we'll be having we need to represent it in a pictorial form. Okay, so this is about the graphical representation of the data. Okay, so this is for today's class. In the next class we'll study about this distance and time graph more detail. Thank you.